Hey everybody! Sorry it's been so long since I've been on. May's a rough month for me, and I didn't feel much like doing anything the whole month. And then early June's it a lot worse for Father's Day, so I didn't do a lot of stuff. Then my dog got killed, and I got two more dogs to replace him. Well, not replace him, but just to save them from getting killed or sent off. We're trying to save them from getting killed. I got one that likes to jump the fence, and the other one likes to get out of the fence and follow the one to jump the fence. However, all that is done. Let's get back to what we're really here for. Not to hear about my life, but to hear about my results. So let's go to this week. We'll do the Legends Wrestling Club. We will visit Texas first. And as we go into it, Johnny Valentine is the Lone Star champion. Barbie Hayden is the women's Lone Star champion. And Gary Hart, Spoiler, and Akuma are the Texas Tough Tag champions. We start off with Chaz Taylor versus Iron Mike DiBiase. Chaz hits Enziguri to pin Mike. Scott Irwin defeats Hacksaw Jim Duggan by DQ after Duggan slammed him into a table. Afterwards, Hacksaw grabbed his 2x4 and chased Scott Irwin to the back. The Sheepherders defeat the Flying Redheads, a beaten and bloody bloody and beaten Red Bastine. It's DQ as he battles with Butch Miller after they go to the floor. The Lone Star Ladies Championship is defended. Barbie Hayden hits the Hayden Halo to pin Rockin' Robin. The Fantastics dethrone the Spoiler and Akuma. Bobby Fulton got the Spoiler after a double team sit out hip toss. Gary Hart was angry, blamed the referee for a fast count. Meanwhile, Akuma and Spoiler attack the Fantastics. Kabuki comes down to make it a 4-on-2 situation. Gary Hart with a coat hanger chokes out Bobby Fulton, and they go after Tommy Rogers. So Blackjack Mulligan and Scott Casey come down. Mulligan and Casey both get a face full of green mist, and Scott Casey gets attacked. Dick Morgan comes down and tells Gary Hart to call him off. Other wrestlers come down, and finally Gary Hart and his men retreat. Dick suspends Gary Hart. Excuse my dogs. They're having a wrestling match, and things got a little bit heated for there. After a break, Scott Casey has recovered enough to defeat Wild Bill Irwin with a roll-up. And in the Lone Star Championship, Johnny Valentine defends against Bull Curry. Bull Curry is disqualified, so Johnny Valentine keeps the Lone Star Championship. What you tearing up, Macy? Macy! Let's go to Wildcat Wrestling. Mae Young pins Simply Luscious after an elbow drop. Sue Green hits a bulldog to pin Angel Orsini and earns the right to challenge Barbie Hayden for the Lone Star title. Trish Stratus defeats Rockin' Robin with Stratusfaction. The Minnesota Home Wrecking Crew defeat the Glamour Girls. Judy Martin is disqualified for fighting with Lacey outside the ring. Cora Combs defeats Penny Banner by DQ after Penny nails her with a chair shot. Sherry Martel defeats Jazz after a top rope splash, and in a rematch, April Hunter defeats Joyce Grable with the Headhunter. Going to the Ozarks. Oh, the champions of the Bula is the Wildcat champion. The Glamour Girls are the tag team champions. So let's go to Southern Wrestling, the Ozarks. Tommy Rich is your Southern champion, and Brad and Bob Armstrong are your tag team champions. Steve Kern pins Moondog King after a fabulous forearm. Brad Armstrong pins Prince Karras with a flying body cross. PG-13 defeat the Moondogs when they nail Rex with a hubcap, allowing JC Ice to pin him. Tom Pritchard pins Chris Candido after an enziguri. The Gilberts pick up a win over Too Cool as Eddie Gilbert bloodied Scotty Taylor with a foreign object, and Tommy got the pin with the back suplex. The New Age Outlaws defeat the Pretty Young Things with Jimmy Hart. Billy Gunn pins Norville Austin after a standing leg drop. Dr. D, David Schultz defeats Bullet Bob Armstrong with a second rope elbow smash. In the AWA, Vivian Vachon defeats Fraulein Hoffman with the vertical suplex, despite the interference from The Fuhrer. Bad Company defeats Jake Milliman and Kenny the Sodbuster J. Bad Company hit a bad slingshot on to Milliman, and who was pinned. Alexis Smirnoff with Chicanano Casey defeats Nacho Barrera with a pile driver. Billy Robinson hits the gut wrench backbreaker to pin Brad Rangans. And the Fuhrer introduces his new wrestler, Gunther, to the Fourth Reich. Mad Dog comes down. The two get into a match that ends in a double disqualification. Buddy Rose and Doug Summers defeat the Electric Rockers. Buddy Rose pins Mr. Electricity Steve Brigo after a vertical suplex, while Doug Summers stops Marty Jannetty from interfering. The Patriot defeats Adrian Adonis after 3 missile drop kicks. Moving on to Polynesian Wrestling. Antonio Inoki is your champion. The Polynesian Tag Championships are vacant. All right, the night starts off with Alpha Jr. pinning Great Buddha after the Samoan drop. Debbie Malenko defeats Akira Hokuto with the STF. The Samoan Savages defeat Giant Baba and Jumbo Teruta when Baba is counted out. Jimmy Snuka defeats the Great Tongo with a surprise roll-up. Antonio Inoki pins Zack Sabre Jr. after an enziguri. Stan Hansen, Scott Norton, and Don Morocco defeat Mr. Fuji, Mr. Saito, and Professor Tanaka. Hansen hits the lariat on Mr. Saito for the victory. Ricky Dozen defeats the Destroyer with a flying head scissors in your main event. In Euro Wrestling, Mark Andrews defeats Dupe Rupa after a shooting star press. Kurgan uses the Paralyzer to defeat Les Thornton. Dominic DeNucci and Elio Apollo defeat Finley and David Taylor. DeNucci pins Taylor after a hammerlock haymaker. Kaylee Ray beats Saraya Knight by disqualification after Saraya uses a chair. In a non-title match, junior heavyweight champion Johnny Saint defeats Henry Erslinger with the 3-1. He done in the French Angel battled to a double disqualification. And in the European Championship, exotic Adrian Street hangs on to the belt by defeating the Great Gama with a perfect cross body block. We'll be back next time with a look at the NWA. And later on, we'll look at the Eastern Alliance and some of the others. Hey, have a great day. Keep them dice going, and we'll see you next time.